The advice I would give 18-year-old me is to be fearless and put yourself first. I think I know who I am very well, but you discover more about yourself as life goes along. City of Dreams is a story of 4 Black art students telling stories of community, divine intervention, and the artistry that led them to this very moment, which is smoking weed in a cramped apartment trying not to get caught. I always knew I wanted to tell my own stories and create my own work, but freshman year is kind of when the idea formed. But it wasn't until my senior year of college, I had a minor in film production. They were working on diversity initiatives. And so I was helping, it was a group of 6 of us. And one of the initiatives that we brought to the table was to make sure that we got more grants to make work. But I mean, we proposed a bunch of stuff. We were hoping that, the administrators of Tisch picked some of it up. And so they decided to make this grant called the HEROES Grant. I got the grant, which is extremely exciting. And then after I got it, then it was pre-production. And that was extremely difficult because I directed it, I wrote it, I acted in it, I styled it, pretty much gathered the whole crew myself, produced it. We had a cast of 24 people, 11 crew members. We shot in 5 different locations in the span of 3 days. It was literally one of my most favorite memories in my entire life. It was just a very loving family environment, which I really appreciated. And now we're in post, and my editor is in Prague, which is crazy 6-hour difference. So it's trying to navigate that. And then also, again, I am the producer. And I am the director. So it's okay, this is how much budget we have left. How can I make this work? It definitely taught me a lot. Definitely taught me a lot about the importance of community, the importance of leaning on each other, having love in your circle and how important that is. But also now I feel I could kind of do anything because I did so much, and it's still going, but we're close to picture lock, which I'm really excited. My love for my community, my love for New York City. We did shoot all over. We shot in Washington Heights, we shot in Brooklyn, we shot on Dyckman, we shot in the Village, we shot in Harlem. I wanted to really show how much I love New York City. And also it's inspired by hip hop. There's a lot of hip hop references. It's about the cipher, it's about the circle. So I wanted to include everything that I love, African dance, hip hop, Harlem Shake, Getting Light, all of New York City and hip hop, and also my experiences into one film, and that's City of Dreams. I've been in statement art since I was 12 maybe. I started in Start Young, which is crazy. And then I went to Start Dreaming after. More than anything, statement arts has really been in my life for a very extremely long time. Lisa has coached me during my college process, and now I work for statement arts, which is also crazy. So it's the community is still continuous. They just always emphasize that you always have us. It's always a family, and you can always come back to us. Whatever you need, we got you. I have a support system other than just my family, my friends. I have statement arts. Ever since I was a kid, I'm a Leo rising. I love being the center of attention. I love dancing. I love being over the top. So I feel young me knew who I was. I knew who I was from the jump. And then when you go to middle school, high school, you get a little unsure of yourself. You're uncertain. College, you're who am I? What am I supposed to be doing on this earth? I think I knew I've always wanted to be a creative or a performer of some sort, but you get unsure of yourself. So I feel through different programs, through me working on my own art has definitely helped me just hone in on who I am. Again, hip hop has been a big influence to me. So listen to Kendrick, listen to Jay-Z, listen to Beyonce, Renaissance, shout out to Renaissance, literally been on repeat every single day. But listening to these kind of people that have found their voice and being okay, how am I different? How do I resonate with that? I think looking at other artists also helps you find your own voice because you figure out where you belong in that space. I went to Ghana recently, and that was an extremely life-changing trip with this program called Birthright Africa. I just want to shout them out. it takes those of Black descent back to Africa. And so they picked 12 of us and we went on this insane trip. And it just really like, I say it's like my Black Eat, Pray, Love journey. So I really felt like I just was in tune with my ancestors, but also who I am and where I'm going, and also honing in on like the specificity of like, this is what I want out of life. So I think it's a ever-changing journey. You kind of have a direction, but you find pockets within that direction that helps you become more specific on that. Where I see myself in 5 years is an elevated and multifaceted artist. And I imagine that I have my own production company that focuses on Black and brown stories told by Black and brown creatives, because I think not only is it important to focus on our own communities, but also to build us up economically.